What's going on, everybody? Trivels in here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today we got another review for you. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A125. Let's just get right into this sucker. Smell it, taste it, and if this is a batch worth picking up, you know, let's just fresh crack it. Come on, cork pop. Ooh, pretty good, pretty good. So this is first batch. You know the drill. First batch of 2025. Came in like $79. I don't know what is with the pricing of these. They seem to be just totally random. Maybe it's just my store, but the last batch I got it for like $60, and then now this one's back up to $80. I don't know. So drop a comment what you find these for, or if they fluctuate or what, but I found this one $79.99. It is 10 years, 7 months, 118.2. So I feel like we're kind of dropping even lower. Here, I just pulled the C batch just to compare. So the C batch was 11 years, 0 months, 129. So a bit up there on the proof, but pretty close in the age. You know, it is what it is. Let's just keep this short and sweet, get into it. I feel like they really haven't been differentiating between the batches like they used to. So I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over. On the nose. It is very, very soft coming out of the glass. And this is my first pour of the day. I want it to shock me. I want it to hit me. I want it to hurt me, okay? But it's really, I mean, dang, that is, I don't know if it's just smelling like it's gonna be even lower proof than 118, but dang. It's just like very soft vanilla and very soft oak. I don't, like, age is not jumping out at me. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty unimpressive nose. Like, this is not setting me up for success. Like, I am not excited. You know what I'm saying? You smell something sometimes like, dang, that is so good. I can't wait to drink that. This was like, do I have to review this? Let's just taste it and see. It is pretty tame. And I'm saying, I'm definitely feeling it. That was the first sip, okay? I feel like if I had warmed up and I got my palate ready, I might even be harsher on this. I would say, that's really light. Like, that's really tame. But soft sweetness, soft oak, a little bit of hug. I'm gonna go back to it because that was the first pour. Now I know what to expect, and we'll see. Very, very just kind of mild. It just seems like a run-of-the-mill, like just simply barrel proof, you know? Like, nothing, there was nothing crazy or stand out about that. I feel like if anything, it's, you know, again, duh, this is a barrel proof version of Elijah Craig, right? It's kind of like the big brother, the big cousin to Evan Williams, right? But I feel like before, the Elijah Craig barrel proof batches were like the really cool cousin. Like, dude, my cousin's a freaking Navy SEAL, right? And just SEAL Team 6, freaking Bin Laden, you know, that dude, right? And then I feel like now you found out that, you know, this is your cousin. Yeah. I don't want this to sound bad because I love regular Elijah Craig. But this simply just feels like a barrel proof version of that, which, duh, but you know, the batches back in the day were like, it's not just making that barrel proof, it just felt like it was just something special. I feel like, man, even the barrels, it said 12, it just, they felt like there were probably older stuff in them. And now it's just kind of more run-of-the-mill, just kind of, you know, barrel proof Elijah Craig, you know? Going to the second sip, man, it's just, it's not what it used to be. If anything, this is probably one of the first times I've been kind of not disappointed in the fact of, like, I don't think this tastes good. I think it tastes fine, but for $80 the $80 price point for sure, this ain't it. This is not Elijah Craig Barrel Proof worthy. At least the pedestal, I guess, that we made for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, where I don't even think we put it on a pedestal. They put themselves on a pedestal by being so good. And they were putting out hitter after hitter, and each batch was, A batch to B batch to C batch were all so different. And then, really good C batches. Some of my favorite bottles of all time, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C batches. And I feel like now these batches are they're just like the same thing batch to batch. You really can't tell a difference. They're all just kind of run-of-the-mill barrel proof bourbon. There's nothing super stand out about them. And then, randomly get, the 13-year Elijah Craig. I think it's just becoming one of those bottles where, back then, you wanted every batch. You wanted to get the next batch to see how different it was and if it's going to be your favorite. And now, I feel like you can skip on a couple of them or a lot of them until maybe a really good one comes out, or get this one and then wait. Don't go and buy every batch, because I feel like they are. To me, they're not different enough from an Elijah Craig store pick, the barrel proof store picks that are out there. So it's kind of like you almost feel oversaturated with them. It's like you see one of those picks, you get one, you really like it, but then this comes out and it's like, well, that's the same thing as my pick, and then the B batch is coming out, and it's just not different enough. Wow, I'm talking mad crap about this, but I'm gonna shoot you straight, man. This is $80, and it doesn't live up to what it used to be. Let me give you some positives, because that seemed really negative, okay? I like to make positive out of everything. Again, I think this is good. I think this is fine. I think my issue is getting this one and then getting the next batch and it being literally the same. It's A versus B versus C, which was such a fun thing to do and collect them and whatnot. I feel like that has been lost, and it's almost like judging, this A batch to the previous C batch. It kind of is not as fun as it used to be because of how much more similar they are now. Some positives, okay? You gotta have positives, because there are gonna be people who love this. Don't get me wrong. This is soft. There's spiciness to it for sure, but overall it's kind of rounded. It's smooth around the corners, not a lot of jagged edges. I feel like that would be good for maybe this time of year. Starting to warm up a little bit. I've been going outside. You're trickling back outside, the grill firing back up, I think this would be perfect for back porch sipping, cooler weather. It's spicy enough to warm you up a little bit, not intricate enough and complex enough to where I'm like, well, I ain't bringing that outside and drinking it, grilling and getting grill smoke in my face. And no, this is perfect for that. Right up that alley. Okay, perfect for that. Nice little bit of oak. So super oak haters, I feel like it's pretty tame on this one. Again, it's 10 years, 7 months. It's nothing over the top. It does not drink like any sort of prior 12-year-old Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, super barrel charry, heavy oak, deep, dark, burnt vanilla and burnt brown sugar and all that. It's kind of the lighter side of things. The volume knob turned freaking down. Yeah, other than that, man, it really is just simply put, just another batch of Elijah Craig. Some of you, for sure, you would really like it. I'm not saying don't buy this. I'm saying be smart, and you need to start being smart about these batches that you buy, because I really feel like they're losing their identities, whereas, back in the day, A versus B versus C, you could really see the difference, and they're so different from each other. It was so fun to collect them all. And is B batch going to be everyone's favorite this year? Is C batch going to be everyone's favorite? Now it's just kind of like they're all kind of just blended together. They're just tiny, tiny differences between them, if you can even tell. Just not very memorable. This just doesn't seem like it has that special spark like it used to. It's just simply, you know, Elijah Craig 94 proof at barrel proof. Like, whereas before, I think we would say the disparity between the regular on-the-shelf 94 proof Elijah Craig and the Elijah Craig barrel proof batches were huge. Like, dude, that's not even the same stuff. It's just crazy how good of stuff they were putting out in those batches. And now it's kind of, the gap in between is shrinking. It's like, it's just a barrel proof version of it, which is totally fine and totally good. I think putting it out at $80, I don't like that. You know, they're not good enough for me anymore at $80. You know, I would pay $80 for a C919 or a C920 or a C918. You know, this isn't the same. It's not in the same league. It's a good $60 bottle. And here's the thing that we need to start doing. I feel the need that if the next batch comes out and it has similar reviews to this, I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna save my money. I'll keep this one. I will drink it and I'll enjoy it. But I'll start passing on batches. And I think, you know, as someone who used to buy every single batch, I used to buy 2 bottles of every single batch that came out. Now I had to force myself to buy this one. And, you know, here I am. So we just got to be mindful of that moving forward. So make up your own mind. If you don't have an Elijah Craig barrel proof and you're like, dude, I need one, I don't think you're going to hate this, right? I don't think you're going to get that and be like, holy crap, that's terrible. But it's definitely not going to be your favorite. And you probably will not buy an Elijah Craig B524 whenever it comes out. Time will tell. Wow, that was a very negative video. And maybe this will open up. Yeah, I'll pour some more right now as we finish this, but maybe it'll open up and I will correct myself. But I mean, let's face the facts, guys. It's just sometimes the truth hurts. Okay, there we have it. Elijah Craig A125. Not the same. Hope you liked the video. Sorry for being so negative. Not really. Don't care. That's my opinion. Would love to hear you guys' opinion if you share the same sentiment as I do. Would love to see how you think about this one compared to the previous batches, or how you feel about Elijah Craig barrel proof as a whole nowadays. You know, just what do you think? Current state of Elijah Craig barrel proof. Comment down below. Everyone go down there and people will either be roasting me because this is the best Elijah Craig batch ever and I'm wrong, or they will agree with me and they will tell you what they think of it so you can formulate your own opinion. Like the video, subscribe, comment, check out the Bourbon Rink Patreon. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of changes, a lot of big news, a lot of big things coming. Nerds only. I'm Trevor Wilson. I will see you guys in the next video.